Hi guys, welcome to your tarot reading 1111. Please do remember to like the video and comment if it resonates, and also to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Okay, we're going to get into it. We're going to get a message for you. Spirit, what is the current energy? Spirit, what is the current energy? 59. Oh. 23. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys this because it's a really strange. Sometimes when I have a new deck, which this is a new deck, I'll shuffle the cards a few times to get a message beforehand. And I'll kind of look at the message to see what it is, and then I'll start over, and these cards are in no particular order. In other words, they're shuffled and they keep coming up this way, like 1, 2, 3. The other ones were 32, 31, 30. And then I did it again and it was consecutive numbers. So something happening for you guys, like in a consecutive way, or like 1, 2, 3, like something's about to happen, or it was 32, 31, 30, so like a countdown. Okay, that's the energy I get. There's some kind of countdown to whatever's going on here. We're going to get more information, but it also feels here with this card, it's in the 23 card is in reverse. And we're going to also read into the meanings of these cards because they have interesting meanings. But you see that she's like falling. And the card's also in reverse. So we looked at it this way. It looks like a person that is thinking a lot about something. So she's got a lot on her mind, right? But in reverse, this card looks very different. And it looks like a card of something that is overwhelming, maybe like about being in the head, right? There's a lot of stuff going on for this person, and she's really in her head. And notice too that all of these are women in the cards and even at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like this has to do with feminine energy here. And I didn't notice, but I just noticed this. There's another woman here. So this could be that some of you are dealing with another woman. So in the sense of there could be somebody else that is in the equation here that you're thinking about this a lot. And it could be that your person that you're thinking of, maybe there's a third-party situation. We're going to read more into it again. I hadn't seen that. But I feel that you may be dealing with also something that is going on where you feel betrayed. But look, when we go deeper, we do see this male. And the male here is looking back too. He's kind of looking back to you, to the situation. And the female looks hurt. Okay, and I feel that you may be dealing with like somebody, I want to say, that's egotistical or did something that was egotistical. And that's also the card after. What did I say? It was 32, 31, 30. So this is kind of also, it feels to me like something that's going on now. Like after all of this happened, this person is regretting looking back. He looks bloodied too. And under that is the Devil card. All right. So, look at also 2 people in that depiction. So the one, we could take that to be the Magician card. But also I feel like there's a message coming through. And this is heaven over heaven. So maybe you feel like you were meant to be with this person. Let me bring these cards over so you could see them. So this is the card that I'm talking about. It's heaven over heaven. And this also is about the totality of continued movement bringing in the day. So there's still a lot going on to this story. It's not over. I feel like a lot of you know that this isn't over. Okay, the next card is land over land. So heaven over heaven. I want to say that this is like a stronger, like a something that's looming, something that happened, maybe that this person couldn't control this. Maybe it's something that you found out about that was in the past, and this person didn't mean to hurt you or didn't want to hurt you. And so this person might have been trying to keep something from you, but then heaven is like divine intervention kind of energy, or it could also be divine order, or divine will, or something that sort of supersedes. So it was like you were supposed to find this out at this time. It also reminds me of like this being somebody's past or somebody from somebody's past. And this person didn't want to bring this to their present relationship. They didn't want this to ruin their relationship. And I feel that it could have been like a past jealous person, maybe that inserted themselves here. Okay, so that's some of the energy that I'm getting so far, but I want to just talk about these cards before I move on. Okay, so this represents it's spaces for walking. So I feel like for some of you, you may think that you should be moving on, like walking away, leaving this behind. And this person definitely doesn't want you to walk away. I also get a feeling of somebody maybe doing something like early on in a relationship when they weren't like fully committed to you yet, but now they are. And because you guys were together at that time, you are seeing it as betrayal, but they didn't see it that way at that time. They weren't that invested, and now they are, and they're scared of losing you. They're scared that you're going to walk away here. Okay, and then that water over thunder, this has to do with emotions. I feel like for a lot of you, you're feeling betrayed by this person, and also you don't know how you guys could go back to where you were. So this has to do with the difficult start. Like, how can you start over after knowing this? For some of you, it doesn't have to be so much like emotional connection, or it could have been something else, some other type of betrayal that you're feeling. But I feel for a lot of you that it's like an ex, like this person's ex, so they had a connection to this person already, and that may be what hurt. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're very overwhelmed because you do feel a lot for this person. Okay, and I do want to get more meaning to the 59 card. This is wind over water. And this is confusion. Yeah. So a lot of you are confused about the situation that you're in. And then finally the 23 card, disintegration. The ascent or descent, a time of caution. One must be vigilant. The ascent can become a descent. So this is about kind of waiting to see what happens All right, so it's kind of a straightforward story. Memories, bittersweet mistakes. So this person is definitely thinking a lot about this mistake or their mistakes. For some of you, this person feels like you're misunderstanding the situation. This person is definitely craving and missing you, and there's a lot of memories. And I feel like a lot of you kind of feel like this, very defeated. Maybe you felt like this person put you up on a pedestal. She looks like she's got a princess crown on her head. And all of a sudden, like, this person just kind of took you down from this high you were feeling, and not purposely, but through their actions. Okay, and let me get a few more cards from this deck before I move on. Soulmate. This shallow card. I feel that a lot of you are looking at this person and kind of looking at this person in a very different way, but looking at your relationship that you had with this person in a very different way, because this other person wasn't part of the equation, and now that they are, you just see everything different, but also you're very hurt. So you also just thinking so different, though, about when you go back to the past of this, you're wondering if it was even real, like what you had with this person, how this person felt about you. You know how you feel about them, obviously, but you're sort of questioning how this person felt about you. Distracted, cloudy judgment, an open heart. I feel like for a lot of you, this person is also in this energy of not knowing what to do. They may feel like they got caught, or they may feel like you're not going to believe them. And this person may be doing weird things, things that don't make sense. And you don't know if this person ever like really was serious or ever really wanted something serious. This person may be doing things to distract themselves. They may be acting like the ones that sort of got cheated on. There's like a lot of kind of weird energy coming in. Here's this card of rejection. I feel like this person feels very sort of rejected by you right now. You might not be talking to this person. You may be wanting to get more information also. So it's funny that I went to these cards. These cards for me are very like karmic in nature when there's a situation like this. And I wasn't even thinking that this is what the reading was going to be about. But these are the cards that I was guided to, and only 3 came out, and we'll only take these 3. And it's the Chariot in reverse. So there's definitely an energy of you feeling like you're not, or you don't know which way to go, in which direction to go. And this is also about, it's like taking your power back in the situation. So things are no longer the way they were. There's like half of this card is this quiet night in this like beautiful place. And then at the top, it's like a different scene. And this is kind of like where you are. Like it was this way until it wasn't. And now with the moon here, a lot of secrets have been revealed. You may have walked into like your worst nightmare. kind of situation here, and it feels like a chess game here. You may feel like this is a stalemate for some of you. For some of you, you may feel like getting revenge. This is the judgment, or excuse me, the justice card in reverse. But it also is about it says on it, and what it says about this card in this deck is make judgment within the world. So you're like really judging this person harshly right now. And then the Eight of Wands comes up here, where I feel like you're looking back and you're just in this energy of confusion overall, not knowing what to do. But also, I do feel, though, that you have a lot of really great memories with this person. For some of you, this person hasn't said much since this happened. For others of you, this person is telling you that this was a mistake. Like, if you found out that this person actually was with someone else, and this person is being honest about it, maybe it was the other woman that came forward, I feel like this person, so for a lot of you it's going to be a masculine that you're dealing with. The masculine may have apologized to you and told you that this was a mistake and wants things to go back to the way they were. And this is what you're contemplating, if, you would go back to this. I do feel that you're still very into this person, but you feel very hurt by this person. So I'm going to do a spread. Let me see what else. Sarah, what is this person feeling towards you right now? What is this person's energy towards you right now? So this first card is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And in reverse, that card represents self-worth. Maybe this person is someone that is used to being this way, and this is kind of just their way of being. They're very flirty. They may tend to jump back and forth between relationships. Like, they'll meet someone, but they still have people in their past that they talk to. I feel that with your connection, it was different. Like, this person was actually trying to move on with you. But this person may have, like, early on been dealing with someone else. I feel like this person always wanted to tell you this. Like, they wanted to tell you about this to, like, just put it out there. But then they were scared of rejection. They were scared that you were going to leave them, walk away. But they did want to make this confession to you. Also under that is broken. They didn't want to break this relationship. They didn't want to taint it with this person. For some of you, this could be like their child's mother, and this person may always sort of intersect themselves in their relationships with others, with the High Priestess here in reverse. But this card is also about secrets and things that are hidden, and something like finally coming to light. In the center, we get the Queen of Swords. And this has to do with the clear boundaries. It also has to do with clear communication. And we go back to this card here of the Magician. And the Heaven card. So again, free will or divine intervention, or this is also like universe showing you something that you were not aware of, something out of this person's control, in other words. And now that this is out, you are aware of what's going on. So you can make the decision if you want to perhaps give this person another chance. I feel like you may be wondering here if, after finding this out, like if this relationship has a chance to move forward or if it's like tainted. I feel like that's where you are. Like you may be considering, if you get back with this person, if, like counseling would be an option to work it out. I feel for some of you, like you do truly love this person or feel deeply for this person and you want to give this a second chance, but you feel like there has to be some kind of, if it's intervention here, or this person has to maybe offer you a commitment for you to believe that they're serious. The Judgment card comes up a lot, and this is a rebirth energy. This is like starting something new. So I feel like this is where you're at. Is this going to be a new phase in your life where you're going to put this in your past, or is this going to be a new phase in your life where you move forward with this person knowing what they've done, but also either, again, maybe going to counseling if that's where you guys are at. It's like you're going to progress or you're not. Again, remember those 1, 2, 3 numbers. It's like maybe for some of you, that's what you're posing to this person if, you're talking to them. And I feel like for a lot of you, maybe this person is actually the one that is telling you that they do want something more serious with you, that you're the one that they want to be with, and that, they would offer to go to counseling, again, if that's where you guys were at in your relationship, or if you guys were going to move like to the next level in your connection. Maybe this person is posing that. Okay, but justice, you will get your justice here. I feel like a lot of you just kind of felt blindsided by this, and some of you are wondering, though, if this is something more for this person, like if this person sort of lives in their past or does this with other people, or if this is a pattern for them, or if they're going to continue to do it with your connection. Okay, so a few last, well, I shouldn't say last. I'm going to clarify these cards. Get some more messages. What else do you want to tell us about the 9 of Pentacles? The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, this is going to require self-discipline. What about this 6 of Swords, the World? For some of you, you're going to seek personal closure with this. Like, you do want to have a conversation with this person, and you do want to hear their truth, even if you're considering just moving on from this situation. Here's the 10 of Pentacles come up with the Ace of Swords, and this has to do with a lack of stability. So this may make you feel like you have a lack of stability now, when you may have felt like this was a very strong relationship. You don't really feel that way anymore. With the High Priestess, here's the 7 of Cups. I feel that some of you are very confused with this past person, or, you know, this is your story just by this whole situation. Like you didn't see this coming. The Hierophant is the one I'm clarifying now. And we get the Three of Pentacles again. So this has to do with learning, like learning information. This is definitely changing a lot for you. Judgment, clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. And this is you starting a new phase. I feel like some of you are in this energy of nurturing yourself. And you may be getting advice from like a parent or just friends in general of what to do here. Some of you by somebody professional. Okay, here's the Justice. For some of you, you may have like blocked this person. You may like just not want to deal with them. And you're trying to figure out how you feel about this with the Justice card there. And finally, the Six of Cups. This has to do about like leaving a situation in the past, but in reverse, you have unfinished business in this situation. And then the Queen of Swords, I feel like this now is speaking of you wanting to speak your truth here. Like you will get to this place where you want to speak your truth. And this feels very karmic. And look, it's this energy of the two queens, the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands. You may be wondering if this person is truly like emotionally invested in you, or if there's still feelings for the other person. One more, and this is for, yeah, it's like that other person's energy. For a lot of you, you're sort of very worried about this, the other person. It could be because if this person has children with the past person, like you feel like they're always going to have this, yeah, connection. And there's the Empress, which is like a mother energy. And here's the Three of Cups. A lot of worry. Yeah, you just feel betrayed right now. Let me see if there's any advice here. Ooh. So here's the masculine come back around. It's the 44 card. And this card represents heaven over wind. So for a lot of you, I do feel like this is a soulmate energy. And this card is about confront. It says confront it. So I feel like some of you may confront this other person, but I feel like this person may be sort of running away from this right now, not wanting to deal with it. But they will come back. And I feel like you are really wanting to communicate with this person, or this person is really wanting to communicate with you, and you will have this time. This card is also, it says, it is time to move on. Forget long lost doubts. The wind brings clouds, but also disperses them. So I feel like for some of you, this may be, it's time to sort of move on from this situation that happened, because it might have been something that happened in the past that's not really relevant. Like this person may not feel anything for this other person. But for some of you where this person, if they're still involved with the third party, then it's sort of saying you need to move on from this situation, because, you know, this person's kind of always done this, like they go back and forth, but they always end up going back to this person. That's not for all of you, but even like they've got a tattoo on their forehead, and again, that's like a mark of them sort of being this way. They're once a cheater, always a cheater type of energy, but that's not for all of you. For some of you, this was genuinely like a mistake or a misunderstanding. That's also what it says right here. Mistake or misunderstanding. And for others of you, it may be like a full-blown sort of, third-party situation where somebody put you in a third-party situation without you knowing, allowed you to sort of get invested emotionally with them, and then now you're trying to figure out, what to do, and you're in your feelings type of thing. And the advice there is just to move on. Do you and move on. But I do feel like you're going to have your, moment with this person where they're going to confess to you, and, this may be sort of too broken to fix. For others of you, though, this does represent like somebody that's genuine, that has like a broken heart over you leaving them when this was all sort of a misunderstanding, or maybe this person's sort of, last time with this person, maybe they were saying goodbye, maybe they had been with this person for a long time, and, it was a mistake, and that's genuinely what it was, and they want to fix this with you, and they're going to confess. Let me see. Let me get last message from this deck. I feel like there's a lot of chemistry. Some of you are going to nourish this connection. There's a lot of longing. This person and also you may be feeling a lot of despair. And see, a lot of you are going to have this new beginning. For some of you, it's like a finality, or it's sort of done. And for some of you, you're better off. It just depends which situation you're in. Okay, so that is the reading. If this resonated with you, please let me know. And if you're looking for a personal, please do contact me at yourtarotreading1111 at gmail. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.